Hello, everybody. This is a video that will describe a little bit about how to fork the project, the Hiero SDK Python project, so that you can work on it in your local repository. This assumes that you've already been assigned to a certain transaction. So you want to go on github.com and the Hiero SDK Python project. And then inside here, there's going to be a fork your own copy option. I have already forked it, but you can create a new fork. And then I use GitHub Desktop. So 1 second. What that will do is that will copy all of the project content on the main branch and any other kind of active ones there too. So from this, you don't want to be working on the main branch directly. So it's important to, once you've forked it, to work on your token transaction from a different branch. So what I would suggest is that you go here and you create a new branch. So let's say that I want to work on token mint transaction. I would then click to create that branch. And what that will do is that will also copy all the content over so that I am able to work on just the transaction that I want, but it doesn't affect the main branch of my copy. This is good practice so that eventually when I do complete token mint transaction, I will be able to push just this branch, which has been harmonized with the main branch, to get to the Python SDK project. And I think that's the usual way to do that. So we forked it. And here I have token mint transaction. So this is now ready to go in my development. This is no longer on the Nadine's code base. It's not on her GitHub anymore. This is on your local repo. And any commits that I would make to my own token mint transaction isn't then part of what Nadine has. Only when I then go back onto Nadine and create a pull request that I'll show you how in a moment, will that then become something that she can then pull into her code. So if I create a new pull request here for token mint transaction, then Nadine will be able to see that. She will be able to see updates to that, and she will then be able to decide whether to merge that onto her main branch of the Hiero SDK Python. But I typically don't want to create this pull request until I'm confident it has passed the local tests and the solo tests, the solo network test. As a result, this is something to do towards the end of your project, not at the start. For now, you just have your local environment set up. So, whoops. I'm using Visual Studio. So you can see here, this is just my copy of my token mint transaction branch. I have the exact same code that the main branch that I forked had. And now I am ready to add my token mint transaction. So we need to create the examples. For example, token mint.py, following the same kind of format, and I'm ready to create that example file. We also discussed in the SRC, you would probably have to create there's a lot of files here, the token mint transaction. This is a rough guide. I suppose there will be instances where you have to do maybe a little bit more than that or something slightly different. And then I will also be able to create the tests for it. So tests following the same kind of naming format. Test token mint transaction.py. And then we finally have the unit test, which you don't need to create another file for, but you will need to add on for the token mint into that. Whenever you create files, make sure to save them. And again, we've discussed that if you want to push any changes to that, it will just push to your local branch of token mint transaction. And then you would do it like so. So this is a test commit. Carefully look at the changes that you want to commit. But let's say I want to commit this new example file, the token mint. You can look at what you're committing. In this case, nothing. I could say this is a test file. Yeah, and it will inform me that I'm adding this particular line into the test file. So that's just informing me what I'm doing. So these files are empty. There isn't going to be anything significant in that. So I will then, yes, I want to commit each of these. I commit that. You can see here it's gone to token mint transaction rather than the main branch. This is on my personal version of it. I can then publish this branch. I'll show you a little bit about my repo, what it's looking at now, like now. All right, so what I did, I went to my profile, clicking this button, and I clicked on my repos. I have already previously published 5 branches, I believe. I have token dissociate, token delete. This is the one that I was working on, token mint. But now let me just push that test commit and push that new branch, token mint transaction. And then because this is a public repo, if I refresh this, you should be able to see that new token mint transaction. And then inside there, you will be able to see the code that I have added to that. For example, in the examples file, I think I added a token mint with a test commit, and this was just an empty test file. Okay, so now you know how to fork the project, make commits, push changes to your local project. Just to confirm, it's not affecting Nadine's. This is just informing that my particular version has had a change, but Nadine's will not. So if you look on the examples, there is no token mint here. And that will continue to be the case until I create a new pull request. Excellent. So next videos, we will talk about how to start creating some of these transactions. Hopefully this was useful to you.